you can't go wrong with Now It's Dark.
Hustlers, this ain't Ghostbusters 2011 XXX Parody. Out of the nearly 2-hour running time, there's about 15 minutes of plot, but that's about all that's needed. After all, who doesn't remember Dr. Peter Venkman, Evan Stone, experimenting on a pair of male and female grad students, with the male getting an electric shock whenever he doesn't guess which card Evan is holding, which of course is all the time, while the female, Lily LeBeau, somehow gets every one right. As a reward for her telepathic insights, she then gets to guess what's going on in Evan's trousers, and she's right again. Look for some lustful BJ light spanking, hot doggy over his desk, an intense reverse cowgirl bounce in his office chair. Lily clearly loves everything that's being done to her. Mish, with a bit of tit-slapping thrown in, side saddle, a bit of mutual jerking off before more mish, and finally, a huge splooge in Lily's waiting face. Then, of course, there's the Ghostbusters' first job, at the New York Public Library, where yes, they see a translucent woman in Victorian dress reading a book, and who promptly kicks Evan in the balls when he tries to question her. So of course, it's Ray Stantz's, Alec Knight, job to satisfy her desires, which includes some deep-throating, reverse cowgirl, during which she moans beautifully while rubbing her clit, a cowgirl ride that includes good bounce and ass wiggle, doggy and mish. If we had any criticism, it's that no proper Victorian woman would moan like that, but as the computer literate would say, that's not a bug, it's a feature. More plot points have the team exorcising a hotel ballroom and capturing an anatomically correct Slimer before Evan goes to visit the newly possessed Dana Barrett, Raven Alexis. However, instead of finding her floating 3 feet above her covers, she's just reclining on the couch. But as much as we'd have liked to see the pair fucking in 3D while floating above her bed, we're only too glad to settle for hot BJ and between the tits action. Raven really resembles Sigourney here, reverse cowgirl, during which Evan rubs her clit, spoon, a very energetic cowgirl ride, and finally the facial. In a nice touch, the XXX version of Annie Potts, Sarah Sivan, is something of a dominatrix, ordering James Dean, barely recognizable in glasses and dyed, permed hair, and the possessed Louis Tully, Jeremy Conway, to fuck her, first missionarily, then horsey style. Her ass bounces nicely as James pounds her, and later as she rides him. Then it's Jeremy's turn for some real action. So far, he's pretty much just been blown, so he takes her in mish and doggy, with James getting in a little more cowgirl in between, and the pair finally coming on her face and glasses. Of course, everyone remembers the Ghostbusters' final confrontation with Gozer, Jennifer Dark, and how Gozer lets them choose the method of their own destruction. But this time, instead of Evan's character thinking of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, he thinks of his MILFY mom, Jocelyn James, who shows up 50 feet tall. Fortunately, she shrinks down to size just in time to fuck the newest Ghostbuster, T-Real, and the pair fuck in multiple positions until he comes on her chest, and she disappears into a pile of bubbles. Frankly, it's the movie's least interesting scene, but if anyone's lasted this long without coming, they've got more stamina than we do. Beyond the terrific sex, though, we have to say a few words about the special effects, which are just fabulous. Nearly all of the buildings, not to mention a couple of gargoyles and the New York Library's lion, are rendered in perfect 3D CGI, and little bits of business like the books floating from the shelves in the library, and Sarah and Jeremy turning into dog demons at the end, couldn't have been done better by a mainstream production house. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider hitting the like button and subscribing.